Using a ruler and a pair of compasses only. So this is my compass and then this is my ruler. You can go for the short one, right? So to be on the safer side, you just need to go for a masset, including a long ruler. I would advise you to get a long ruler in addition, and then an extra pencil, right? Extra. This is my extra pencil. You don't need this. You don't need, because you are not a teacher. You are not going to mark that. And then this is a tip on solving the construction in the B.E.C.E. You see how uh, uh, my compass is set. So the tip of the pencil and this one supposed to be in line. They must be the same, right? And then your pencil should be shorter than your compass. It shouldn't be long. If it is long, then you are going to struggle rotating your compass like this. Is that okay? So those are the tips. Now the question says that we should use a ruler and a pair of compasses only. I posted this video on the channel. This is a pure B.E.C.E exams question. So for those of you who are preparing for B.E.C.E, this platform is for you. If you have any question, don't hesitate to comment in the comment section below. So using a ruler and a pair of compasses only, we are going to construct a triangle XYZ with the length 7 centimeters, another one YZ 5 centimeters, and then angle SYZ, that is 45 degrees. So that's a construction. Of course, I have a niece, right? So those of you who have been following this channel, you know that I have a niece who is also a B.E.C.E or a basic education candidate. So she tried solving this problem. Let's look at her problem here. So she was the one who motivated me to do this channel, because when I visited them, I see some of her work is out of what understanding. So let's see how she tackled this problem before we come back to the correction. Now the first part of the question is saying that, so let me have my erasable pen. I should go for the black one. Okay, let me use the black. Let me use the black pen. Okay, so this is a solution. So the first question is saying that we are having okay, let me solve the construction first. So this is a pure exams question, a full question on each one. Is that okay? The construction and then this part. So this is a construction. They are saying that we should use a ruler and pair of compasses to construct a triangle SY. So to S and Y, we are going to have 7 centimeters. She failed to write the 7 centimeters here, which now it is not advisable, so you need to write that. But first of all, let's check if that is up to 7 centimeters. What are you going to do is to take your ruler, and then take a measurement from S to what to I'll be correcting all these things, so make sure that you watch this video to the end. So this is my ruler. Put that at the beginning of the S, and then check if that is up to 7 centimeters. This. So you can judge with me. Have you see where her line is? This is a little bit longer than 7 centimeters, so it's supposed to be somewhere here. Can you see that? Right? Okay. So that is the 7 centimeters. That is one mistake there. So you have to pay very close attention. So of course this is mine, and as I said earlier on, I'll be solving this problem here, right? So this is mine. So you need to rule your line. So that's the correction. You need to rule your line. A very line. So of 7 centimeters. So this is starting from the 0, right? So you always need to start from the 0, and then that is my 7 centimeters. You can see that, right? So you can see that from here to here is what 7 centimeters. Is that okay? So 7 centimeters, perfectly and very simple, right? So why am I ruling the line to be longer than that? So that is the very a tip here. You always need to rule this line very longer than the measurement that they have been giving you for an angle construction purpose. Is that okay? But what I need to know is that it's to mark for the examiner to know that that is your direction, and then write this one here to be your 7 centimeters. Is that okay? Very simple and straightforward. Now the next part of the, so here are the measurement that we have here. So according to the question, we have the X to Y, that is 7 centimeters, the first one, and then Y to Z, that is the 5 centimeters, and the angle XYZ, that is equal to 45 degrees. Is that okay? Now let's see how it work. Let's see how it work. So here we have the next one is going to be YZ, which is going to be 5 centimeters. Now pay a very close attention. So 5 X Y to Z. So this is my Y, this is her Y, right? Not my hair Y. So Y to the Z. Z will be somewhere at the top here. So but for now we don't know, assuming we don't know exactly where they're going to be. So of course you can see her one standing right here. So that's going to be 5 centimeters. Let's see if that is up to 5 centimeters. I don't even know how she managed to do this. You see, so these are some of the mistakes we are going to correct on this channel. You can see this from this measurement straightforward that this one is even over. Let's say that's approximately 8.5, right? So almost 8, almost, yeah, 8.5, that which is wrong in the first place. Is that okay? This line is just perfectly wrong, right? Perfectly wrong, right? So that is another thing. Now, as for this one, now I don't even need to continue. As an examiner, once you see this thing, they are not even going to continue mark your paper again. Are you okay? They are not even going to continue mark your paper at this point. But how do you solve this? Is that okay? How do you correct that? So now the next question is saying that we should take a line y to z that is going to be 5 centimeters. This is the correction. So you need to check this in. Now those of you watching this video just for watching sake, once you are done, make sure that you practice with your hand. Is that okay? That is mathematics, right? You need to witness it with your hand and your brain so that you stick. Don't watch this video just like you're watching any other TikTok video that you have been doing, right? So now y to z is equal to 5 centimeters. So I know that it is going to start from this point, which is my y, and then z will be somewhere at the top here. For now, we don't know what is it. So what I would advise you to do is that focus on the next one, because for now you don't know. Don't take your ruler and then just rule the line 5 centimeters, right? Don't do that. Don't do that. Is that okay? Because you don't know where the z is going to be. Either it will be here, it will be here, it will be here, it will be, you don't know yet. So focus on the next one. So let's go to the next one and then check the angle. So we are going to have angle SYZ, which is 45 degrees. Can you see that? Angle SYZ, that is going to be 40. Where the angle is formed is the most important thing here. So let's see where exactly the angle is going to form. The angle is supposed to be at the middle letter, right? This is the middle letter, which is Y. So I have my line like this, that's the X, and then up to Y. So they are saying that the angle should be at what? 45 degrees on the Y. So 45 degrees is going to be somewhere on this line, on this Y. Is that okay? So let me see if it's contracted that 45 degrees on the Y. So you need to indicate that. So look at your work. So you see, well, who knows that's going to be 45 degrees here. Of course, you can, from my idea, this is a 45 degrees, right? But you need to indicate that this is going to be 45 degrees. So if you don't know how to construct 45 degrees, that is one thing you have to understand here. But the question didn't further say that you should construct any angle here. So I don't know why she was constructing this angle here, right? So this particular thing, I don't know why she was doing that. Is that okay? So this is another wrong line here, or wrong construction here at this point here, right? So how do you correct that? You see, you need to practice and then take a picture of some of your questions to us. Is that okay? To us, and then for us to correct you, not everybody. Don't focus on someone's work. Don't watch my work. You watch my work for understanding, and then you have to practice and then get corrected, right? Okay, now how do you construct the 45 degrees here? 45 degrees is, first of all, need to construct your 90 degrees, and then you divide out into two and then to get your 45 degrees. That is a bisection, right? So how do you construct the 90 degrees first? So this is my compass, right? You open that to any convenience radius. Nobody is asking you to measure how you are going to open your compass. So for your own convenience and the measurement, is that okay? This is mine. I just open it to my convenience radius. Now here comes the reason why we extended this line here. If you want to pass, just practice. Math is somehow very simple if you know what to do. So I'm going to stand there and construct my arc. Look at where I'm standing. So make sure that there's a pressure at the tip of this compass, right? Can you see? There should be a pressure point here, and then hold the tip. Those of you who have been holding this wheel like this, don't do that. Hold the tips and then make sure that your compass is very, very fair. Is that okay? So hold that. What are we going to do here? So we are going to construct a 90. So those of you who have been constructing a 90, it's up to you on how you want to construct. You can join our YouTube channel. That place you post all the video there, all the video and the lesson that you must say. B.E.C.E math tips. Is that okay? That's the name of the channel. How do you construct your 90? Right? If you don't know, you just need to follow this thing. So the way you have been taught to construct the 90 is up to you. Nobody is against that. So for me, this is what I've been doing. So I'm going to divide these two lines into two with just my compass. Remember, the question just said that use a compass and a ruler only. So that's what we are going to use. So let me stand here and then open more than half of this line. So because I'm using my camera, and then I wish in the tomorrow if you have a money, we are going to buy a camera for ourselves. And then that place I can shoot the video well. So you can see what I'm doing. So I'm holding the tips and then come and stand here and then cross that line for me to have a straight line, straight perpendicular line. So those fancy names in mathematics, don't let those names scare you. Yeah, that's name of a people in mathematics. Is that okay? So now I have my 90. I'm going to draw a line straight from the top to the down to have my 90 degrees. So a second. So perfectly drawn here, right? Obviously, this is a straight line. You can even see from line, just like an empty pool. A very straight line. Straight line. You can draw this line to the top. So a quick tips here. So I'll be giving you all the tips that you have to get before your B.E.C.E on this platform. So you may consider followers. And if you have any question, just comment in the comment. Make sure that you bring your artwork to somehow at the middle of your sheet. This construction should take the whole sheet of your paper, right? So don't write anything. Don't say you are squeezing, you are favoring the government. You pay for the exams. Of course, you pay for the exams papers, right? It's okay. Even if you know your parents pay taxes for the government to run a better education for us. Is that okay? So you pay for the paper. Don't squeeze your this thing somewhere, then you'll be run out of space. Don't do that. Is that okay? Don't do that. So now we are going to construct a 90 degrees, a 45 degrees, because dividing the 90, so it means that from this point to this point is going to be 90 degrees. Remember, the construction is going this way because I have a member here. It's okay. It's not going outside here. You see, people have been doing those mistakes. Don't do that. Right? Don't be like them. So we are going to divide this place to this place into two. How do you divide? Of course, we don't need any ruler to take a measurement, only your compass. We are going to start at 1 point here, right? 1 point, and then open more than half of the measurement that we are dealing with. Is that okay? So let me stand here and open more than half of it. You can see more than half. It's not even on the line. Can you see that? It's not on the line. So up to the line is going to be 90. I'm going to construct my arc and then come back here and come and construct another arc. Can you see? Very simple and straightforward. What are we going to do here? So straightforward, we have our 45 degrees. Take your ruler and then draw a line. Make sure that the line passes through the middle here, the intersection, and to this point. Are you getting my point? Alright. So this is my line, right? So this is my line from the middle here that passes through this place. So it means that this guy is going to be 45 degrees, right? From here to this line is 45 degrees. Is that okay? If you have any question, make sure you just comment in the comment section below. Now, what are the instructions that we have? Now that we have this angle, which is 45, that we know that y to z, right? So y to z is what? 5 centimeters. 5 centimeters is just this y just on this number, right? On this line, right? On this journey. Is that okay? So on this journey, you are just going to measure a 5 centimeters. So you can use your ruler here at this point because now you have a line to follow, or you can just use your compass and take a measurement of from 0 to the 5. That should be an extra perfect, that to show that you understand better. But to be on the safer side, and the fastest way, if you are running out of time, just take your ruler and then be on the line, right? So 5 centimeters. You can see I'm on the 5 centimeters, right? So 5 centimeters here. Okay, from the 0 to this point here is going to be 5 centimeters. That is what the question says. Y to Z is going to be 5 centimeters. So perfect. So what are we going to name this guy here? We are going to name this guy here our Z. Are you following? Very, very simple and straightforward. Now, what are you going to do? You see, my niece made a mistake by constructing an angle. You see, this guy. Construct an angle from here to this point. Don't do that. Is that okay? Don't do that. Okay, now perfect. So how do you go about it? You are going to take your ruler. Now that we have an intersection, a joint here, a joint where you have been meeting your friend. So your friend is standing here, you are here. So this is the way for you to meet him or her. Right, so just put your ruler down and draw the line on it. So this is what I have, right? So this is what I have. This shows that this is perfect. You are going to score all the marks in this thing, right? All the marks in construction. So okay, everything that you need to understand is here. Right, so you see the how simple you solve the problem. Now here there's one question that follows that measure and write down the length of x and z. So x up to z, x up to z. So they say measure and write down that. Right? So you are going, they say just measure. Take your ruler and then measure. Right? So just measure, simple like that. Look at my this one. So let's have a look at something. So from here, S to Z, she said that is 5.5. Right? So let's see. It's not necessary that don't stretch your neck and go and look at somebody's work and say, "Eh, what did you get? What did you get? What did you get?" No, you can have like 0.2, 0.3, 0. It depends, right? So don't copy anybody. Be you, right? So be you. Just believe in you. Is that okay? So here, what am I? So measurement from here to this line, I'm going to have mine is not even up to 5. Now let me say 4.8, right? So 4.8, that is what I'm getting. That is me, my measurement. Yours can be 4.6, but 4.7 or 4.9 or even 5. So if you convert that, it is perfectly done. So the line, so let me write that line here. Line, so line x up to z is going to be equal to, according to my own, that is 4.8 centimeters. Let me know your measurements in the comment section. Just try and do this thing and give me your measurement in the comment. You see, with this thing, you are going to score everything, almost everything, right? Everything that you need to get. Is that okay? Very simple. Now, what is the second part of the question? Now, with the second part of the question, I already told you that this is a pure exams question. So let me mark from work, right? So the question is saying that given that the circumference of a circle is 44 centimeters, so we are given the circumference, right? Circumference, that is going to be 44. You see, you need to jot down everything that they have been given to you. You have the circumference. Now, what are they asking you to find? They say you should find the radius. Radius, that is the number one, the radius of the circle. Now, what do we have? We have this, the circumference. And then they say you should look for this. It's like, okay, I have pen. They say I should write inside this book. It's like, okay, perfectly. Once I have the pen, I can write. Now I have the circumference. So you need to know the definitions of the circumference. Is that okay? So the definitions of the circumference, what I mean by the definitions is that is the formula. Who is the circumference by an image, right? Who is the circumference? Who do you call the circumference? So show me the image of the circumference here. So this circumference here is going to be, you know that is the 2 pi r. Is that okay? 2 pi r is going to be your circumference. Let me send this guy to me down here. And if I can use the pencil. So you have your circumference is going to be circumference of a circle. I don't know if you have a circumference of another thing here. Circumference of a circle, that is the what? 2 pi r. That is the image of this guy here, right? So whatever I see this 2 pi, I can call it by name. What is your name? Let me know your name in the comment section below. So if somebody doesn't know your image, how can that person call you by your name? So this is the image of this guy. Is that okay? So you need to know this. If you don't know this thing, you can move on. Now you have been given from the question to take the part, so just take it on free of charge, right? You have pi to be equal to 22/7. You don't need to prove that. Why are they saying pi is 22/7? Today is Monday, tomorrow is going to be on Tuesday. Who are you going to ask that? Why is tomorrow Tuesday? You don't know that. It has already been proved by the nature, by the maker, that tomorrow is going to be a Tuesday. You just need to accept it and move on. Right? So at your level, you just need to accept that by saying pi is what? 22/7. Who proved this thing? If you get to the higher level, you understand better. Right? So you at this your level, just use it. Finally using is right. Just take it and use it like that. So now we are going to find the radius. We know from the question you have been given that the circumference is equal to 24. So it means that this guy here, which is 44, is going to be 2 pi r. Is that okay? 2 pi r. That is the circumference. The circumference, which is the image here, is equal to this. So this is equal to that. So I have a 44 here. Look at the mistake this guy did here. This guy, let me look at their work before. Some of you have been doing that. So she's having the radius to be equal to 4 automatic. I don't know where this magic is coming from. I don't even know how she got this thing to be 4. Right now, pi is already been given. Now she say the area of a circle. We don't even find the radius for the first part of the question. So it's a pi r squared, and then write it down. So where is the r? So she wrote 44 inside the bracket here. You see, this 44 is not the radius, because the first part of the question is saying that find the radius. What is this 44? This 44 is what? The circumference of what? The circle. I will see. So that brings the whole question here to be 0. Right? Okay. Now, let's see. So now back to our question here. So we are having this guy to be 44. The circumference is equal to this. That is what we are going to look for. So this guy is missing here. We know this. These are just a number. The r is missing. So how do you solve that? This is a number. So we are going to have a 44 that is equal to 2 pi. We know pi to be, this is times and everything is multiplied. Pi to be 22 on 7 times what? The r. We don't know the r. The r is what we are looking for. Right? The r is exactly what we are looking for. Is that okay? Now let's proceed. How are you going to solve this problem? How do you want to solve it? I don't know how you want to solve this thing. So should I continue or I should end it? Right? So should I continue? It's a mathematics. You are watching me as if you are watching a TikTok video clip. You need to practice. This is a mathematics. Get your pen and a paper and a pencil and then solve this thing. But let me guide you on how to solve this one. Right? So how do you solve it? I don't know how you want to solve this one. I don't know how you want to go by it. Is that okay? Somebody will say that, okay, from here, let me divide here by 2. Right? Divide everything here by 2 and then divide. But somebody can also say, let me multiply this here by 7 and then by 7. Let me leave this for you guys. So give it a try. Give me the answer for the r. So what is the value? The value of the r. What is the value of the r? That is the radius. And then the second part is saying that you should find the area of a circle. So with the definitions of the area of a circle, area, this marker is not flowing. Tell your parents to donate if they want to donate. If you are gaining some value from this video, let me know if you want to donate for us to buy some simple marker. Right? The area of what? A circle, that is equal to pi r squared. You need to know the definitions of this in pi r squared. Now, from the radius, the definition of that you are going to get, or whatever you are going to get from this radius here, you just need to put that into this definition, right? And have your area of the circle. Very simple. You score the whole marks on that particular B.E.C.E question. You see, the benefit of solving past questions here is that it opens your mind. So you are going to have a similar question in your answer, even though the figures are not the same. You have the idea on how to tackle a problem like this. If you get some value again, don't forget to follow us for more lessons. Then you can consider subscribing to our YouTube channel, B.E.C.E Math Tips. Right? So do it yourself. That is what we do here.